Hello audience! It is I, Ren, here yet again. And today we're going to be doing a tier list. And the tier list is ranking Genshin Impact characters based on what D&D class I think that they would be. This is gonna take a while. I just counted exactly 80 characters on this tier list, so this is going to take a little bit longer than what I would normally want. At the top, we have Dungeon Master. Then we have Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, Warlock, and Wizard. So, whew, a lot that we're going to have to go through. And this is just based on what I think that they would play, because I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3, and it made me start thinking about this. So, I'll start with Aether. So I play Lumine, so we're going to assume that Aether is Abyss Prince. And thinking that, I feel like he would play a Warlock. He's made a deal with something. I don't think it's a good thing. And then Lumine. I mean, Lumine isn't really with any gods. So it makes me reluctant to pick Paladin. But I feel like that contrast between her and Aether would be pretty funny. Fighter is right there, and Fighter is just as good. Moving on. Jean. I think it'd be so funny. I'm sorry, it would just be so funny for Jean to play a barbarian. And I think she totally would too. She would look at like the rages and be like, this is a good idea. Gameplay wise, this makes a lot of sense. And I feel like she would totally play something different to how she would normally act in real life. So like Paladin would be like what everyone expects her to play, and then she goes ahead and just decides to be a barbarian. No, I'm standing by that. That's a good choice. Lisa. Could be one of these three. My gut reaction was Wizard, so let's stick with that for now. Amber, Ranger. Ranger or Druid? Ooh. Ranger still has Animal Companion. Amber is a Ranger. Noelle, Paladin, easy. Barbara, Cleric seems very on the nose, but I could see her also playing a Bard. This one's actually tougher for me than Jean. Bards also have healing spells. No. I think Barbara would be a Cleric. Sucrose, I mean, I didn't put Artificer on here. She'd be a Sorcerer. Fischl, needs Animal Companion. Definitely role-playing herself. Amy role-playing Fischl, role-playing, Fischl. Mona, Warlock. Warlock, and she's going to joke that her Warlock patron is is her mentor. You know, Trismegistus. Oh man. Kaya strikes me as the kind of person who would play a rogue. Not just because he's shifty in real life. Diluc, I'm torn between Paladin and Barbarian. Why do I think this way? And I think he would join the Paladin party. I wonder who would actually be playing these games together. Like, obviously you can't have a game with 80 players. Razor, Monk. He seems punchy. He seems like he would be punchy if he was playing Dungeons & Dragons. Bennett. Oh my god. Bennett. This kid is going to roll every single nat 1 in the history of ever. Everyone is going to be like, Bennett, please, can you please just do something? We're so close to killing this enemy. And then he rolls a 1, and everyone's like, ah. I think Bennett would play a fighter. Very basic, very simple. Ningguang. Wizard. I don't know why, that's just the vibes. Beidou, Barbarian. Totally Barbarian. No doubt about it. Kuching. Sorcerer. I don't need to explain myself, I just need to fill out this tier list. Xiangling. What is the most likely one to cook? I mean, I guess anyone can cook in Dungeons & Dragons. It doesn't necessarily need to have a specific class. Xiangling is playing a monk. Chongyun. Honestly, the idea of Chongyun playing a barbarian gives me life. Because he has to be all, like, you know, cool and calm and collected IRL. But I feel like if he was playing Dungeons & Dragons, totally play something that could rage. That would be so funny. No, I love it. I love it so much. Ooh, but then again, I think monks at some level get to punch ghosts. Yeah. Yeah, that feels right. This kid, it's gonna be my first bard. I mean, his two besties are playing monks. Yeah, no, I think that works. Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi needs to play something really basic with not a lot of extra moves. Something really simple so she can remember all of the things. Honestly, all of these classes get kind of difficult in my brain at some point. But Chi-Chi playing a bard would be so funny, because she would just need to remember to give out her bardic inspirations, and it would be so dry. It would be the funniest game to watch. Yeah, no. Chi-Chi's playing a bard, hands down. That is the decision. Now Venti. Would Venti the bard play Venti the bard? Or would Venti the bard play something else? He'd be a barbarian. Oh my god. Yeah, no. Venti is like, I could easily play the bard in this game. However, what I will do instead is I will play a barbarian because you don't expect it, and it would be funnier. Yeah, no. He's playing a barbarian. Klee. Dungeon Master Klee. Oh my gosh. No, okay, but what kind of wizard or sorcerer? All fire spells. Wizard. Now, it would be too easy for me to put Tartaggles in Barbarian, but he also kind of strikes me as the kind of person who would play Warlock and then try to fight his patron. I would want to sit in on this game where Tartaggles is all like, I'm gonna make a Warlock with the goal to fight my patron for my freedom. That would be so funny! Diona wants to always have speak with animals. I mean, I know a lot of classes can get speak with animals, but Diona as a druid just speaks to me. I have nothing else to say. He would totally be the dungeon master. He would be Zhongli would be the DM for the Archon game night. And it would be like, it would give like the perfect opportunity for him to like speak a lot, but also get to like build stories around the other Archons and their characters. Holy crap, that would be so, not Zhongli Dungeon Master, but then also the Dungeon Master who like eventually he's going to be all like, you know, maybe next game I could play a player character instead, and then everyone else is all like, but you're so good at being the Dungeon Master, Zhongli, and then he's like stuck in Dungeon Master role for the rest of eternity because none of the other Archons want to take on the role of Dungeon Master. Oh, poor guy. Jinyan, bard. Rock and roll bard. Easy. She doesn't strike me as the kind of person that needs to play a different role to fulfill another part of herself. Warlock Albedo. It would just be good story. Ganyu. Let's see. Ganyu would look at everybody else that's playing and be like, oh, nobody's Wait a second. Ganyu did not put a lot of thought into her character. She wanted a really basic fighter. Because she's always busy with work, too. So she just wanted something like... But then she got really, really into it. Yeah, nah. Ganyu is fighter. I could also say Ganyu is paladin, but fighter seems simpler in my head. Zhao does not want to play this game. Zhao doesn't want to play this game. Zhao has better things to do. However, Zhao ended up hearing about the Archon game night and was like, fine, I'll play. And then Zhao, he's always in pain. So I think that he, like, initially would be really, like, not wanting to play, but then he hears that there's, like, a cleric role, and he's like, fine, I guess I'll play that. And then he, like, oh no, my heart, my headcanon. And then Zhao, when he does, like, end up playing occasionally with the Archon group, he's all like, okay, well, who needs healing? And he just, like, protects people by making them feel better, because he's always in pain. Oh my god. I hurt my own feelings. Hu Tao. Hu Tao would play a punchy character. Hu Tao would be a monk. She's also really hyped for the day that she's able to punch ghosts. Rosaria, rogue, easy. Oh my god, Yanfei would be my least favorite Dungeons and Dragons player. She would be like a rulebook monkey. And she would also totally play a wizard. Eula, barbarian. She would like to rage. Kazuha, druid. That one was like, it just came to me, into my heart and soul. I was like, Kazuha would be a druid. Ayaka? Oh man. Ayaka would be like a rogue, and she would just play a criminal. She would be lockpicking every single door and picking every single pocket. Oh my gosh, no, I love this. I love the idea of Ayaka playing a rogue because she doesn't get to like do stuff like that in real life, and she's all like, what's shiny around here? Yoimiya. I think Yoimiya would be all about giving the party buffs and stuff, and would be really like, honestly, I can see her just carrying around a little hand drum whenever they have sessions in the Inazuma party. The Inazuma crew. Seiyu is sleeping through most of these sessions and would probably just be a fighter. Now, like, again, I have kind of been stuck in the role of, it has been, I will admit, been a few years since I have played Dungeons and Dragons, but I was always stuck in the role of Dungeon Master because nobody else wanted to be the Dungeon Master. So I would end up making all of the stories, and I found that, like, the one that seemed the easiest to me to play was always Fighter. Raiden Shogun is in the Archon party, and Raiden Shogun is- wait, let's see where the other Archons are. So we have Dungeon Master Zhongli, we have Barbarian Venti, and she would want honorable fight, so I think A would play a paladin. Also, sometimes Zhongli brings Zhao to these sessions. Venti just goes alone or brings one of the travelers. A would sometimes bring Kujo Sara, who is also playing a home game with someone else, and she is just playing a ranger with a crow companion. Both of these girlies are just playing rangers with crow companions. Aloy isn't playing. I'm not going to put Aloy in this at all, but I also need to remember this character's name because it's actually hurting my brain right now. Kokumi! Oh my god, I'm so angry. Gosh, wow, I'm exhausted. Okay, no. Kokumi is playing... Feels kind of boring to have the healer characters always... Like, I mean, I guess I have Zhao there too. Yeah, no, Kokumi's playing a cleric because she uses Dungeons and Dragons as a way to, like, plan different tactics and stuff, and it's easier for her to play what she would be playing IRL. Toma is playing a warlock, I think. I don't know why. I think he has a good relationship with his patron, unlike Tartaglia over here. Ito, barbarian. Easy. Goro as druid or Goro as ranger? Druid, I think. Goro would play a druid. Shenhe, also roped into play, didn't actually want to play, ended up getting, like, somewhat into it and her character. Playing a fighter. Again, it's just another one of those things where it was, like, the easy, like, they had the character sheet already filled out, and then Shenhe, like, started playing and was like, okay, this is simple. I guess I enjoy it. Yunjin, Sorcerer Yunjin comes to my brain, but then I also think that Yunjin would really enjoy playing... Yunjin is Bard Party Face. That is the character that Yunjin is playing. Yai Miko is playing a sorcerer. Oh man, no. Yai Miko playing a warlock alongside A's paladin just gives me life. Yeah, no, I love that. Ayato is playing a paladin to, like, balance out his sister's character. Yelan is playing a rogue because she's good at being sneaky like that. She could also play a bard, but I think I'm gonna put her in rogue. Kuki Shinobu. Kuki Shinobu is in the Arataki Ito gang. and is like, none of these idiots are going to survive if I don't play a cleric. So she's playing a cleric. Hazo. Monk. Punchy. Punchy in real life, punchy in this. Puts a lot of points into insight and perception. Tagnari is playing a druid. No. Tagnari is playing a sorcerer and Kale is playing a druid. Oh, this would be such a fun game to watch. Oh my god. Dory is a warlock. Well, Dory's playing a warlock character, and the deal was for a lot of money in game. I like the idea that like the Sumeru gang is the party. Sino is the dungeon master. Sino is we need more dungeon masters. There are 80 people playing, and we only have one dungeon master. No, Sino is going to be the dungeon master for the Sumeru crew. And I love that for him, truly. He gets to make everyone listen to all of these different characters that tell really bad jokes. Candace is playing a sorcerer, Nilu is playing a bard, Nahida is playing a wizard, or a wizard, yeah. Layla's playing something... Yeah, I'm sorry, fighters. I'm sorry, people who know Dungeons and Dragons better than me. Scaramouche, he's causing destruction and chaos. He doesn't want to be tied down to anyone other than his own power, though, so I think he's going to be... Does he want to be sneaky, stabbing people in the back, or does he want to be up front throwing a fireball into their face? I think he'd like... Faruzan is playing a sorcerer. Alhaitham is not wanting to play this game at all. He has better things to do with his life, but he has read every single rule book from cover to cover. He is playing a sorcerer. Yao Yao is going to play a druid. Dia is going to play a barbarian. Mika is playing a ranger. Baiju... I feel like he wants to play something that's really active and stuff because he's falling apart at the seams. So he's gonna play a monk. Kaveh sees that Alhaitham is playing a sorcerer and then goes ahead and plays... Ooh, okay, so Kaveh plays cleric and Alhaitham's like low-key giving him shit and Kaveh like withholds heals from him. I can see that in my heart of hearts. Kirara is playing a druid. Linny is playing... Linny's playing a bard. In the Fontaine game, Linny's playing a bard, Lynette is playing a rogue, and Fremine is playing whatever the heck he wants to be, and in this case, he's gonna be a druid! Nervalette, too busy, doesn't want to play this game, only started getting into it because of Lady Farina, opted to play a cleric. I imagine that, like, we have the Archon games, but then we also have, like, the regional games, and maybe they're playing with the siblings, and Nervalette is all like, well, none of us are healers. Ridesley, or in Japanese, Ryotesli, would play a fighter. Farina's a bard. Farina plays a bard. Charlotte is playing... She would want to be sneaky. Charlotte's playing a rogue. Navia is playing a paladin. Chevreuse is playing a ranger. Cloud Retainer. I don't know much about Cloud Retainer other than she really likes cooking and telling stories about Ganyu. She's also definitely playing the game with Ganyu. I think she'd be a wizard. And Gaming is going to be a pyro claymore user who just seems like a sunshine boy, really. No, you know what, Gaming? You can be the Liyue Crew's Dungeon Master. Fremini Dungeon Master for Fontaine. Okay. So, we have the Archon game, run by Zhongli. We have the Sumeru game, probably one of, like, a couple Sumeru games, run by Sino. We have the Liyue game, run by Gaming. We have the Fontaine game, run by Fremine. Mondstadt, who... Maybe Fischl, actually. I think Fischl would actually do a pretty good job at being a dungeon master. I'm so smart. Okay, but now who's running the Inazuma game? Oh, okay, you know what? Toma being the Inazuma dungeon master so that Ayaka and Ayato could play a game together just seems super cute. Let's see. I'm not placing Aloy. I refuse to place Aloy. But I feel pretty happy with this. I feel like I don't need to explain it too much. So the Dungeon Masters, we have Zhongli running the Archon game, we have Fischl running the Mondstadt game, Gaming running the Liyue game, Toma running the Inazuma game, Sino running the Sumeru game, and we have Remine running the Fontaine game. For Barbarians, we have Jean, Beidou, Venti, Eula, Arataki Ito, and Dea. Bards, we have Xingqiu, we have Chi-Chi, because I think Chi-Chi would be hilarious as a bard, Xinyan, Yoimiya, Yunjin, Nilou, Linny, and Farina. For clerics, we have, honestly, my favorite one that I placed was Zhao, but I stand by all of the other placements too. We have Barbara, Zhao, Kokomi, Kukishinobu, Kave, and Nervalette. For druids, we have Diona, Kazuha, Goro, Kale, Yao Yao, and Kirara. For fighters, we have Bennett, who is always rolling nat ones. He is always rolling nat ones. He has not succeeded in a single roll. The one time he rolled a 2, he was over the moon. It was still not high enough. We have Ganyu, we have Seiyu, Shenhe, Layla, and Risley. For monks, we have Razor, Zhangling, Chongyun, Hu Tao, Heizo, and Baizhu. For paladins, we have Lu Min, Noelle, Diluc, A/Raiden Shogun, Ayato, and Navia. For rangers, we have Amber, Kujosara, Mika, and Chevrolet. That's what I've been calling her at home. This is Chevrolet. For rogues, we have, unsurprisingly, Kaya, Rosaria, Ayaka, Yelan, Scaramouche, Lynette, and Charlotte. For sorcerers, we have Sucrose, Kuching, Tagnari, Candice, Faruzan, and Alhaitham. For warlocks, we have Aether, we have Mona, Totalia, Albedo, Yaimiko, and Dori. And for wizards, we have Lisa, Ningguang, Li, Yanfei, Nahida, and Cloud Retainer. I like this. This is a good... I stand by all of these choices. So yeah, this is my tier list for what I think the Genshin Impact characters, I'm not including Aloy, would be in Dungeons & Dragons. Like always, stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated, and I will see you next time. Bye now!